Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3.
What could we achieve
2, 1,
if each of us had more computing capacity in our hands than all of NASA had when it put a man on the moon? What threats could we counter? What diseases could we treat? If we each had more data than the equivalent of 25,000 Libraries of Congress at our fingertips. Because we do. 25 petabytes of data are created each day, more than 70 times the entire Library of Congress. 3.5 zettabytes of information will be created this year, more than in the previous 5,000 years combined. The amount of new information is doubling every 2 years. In other words, half of what we learn here today could be outdated in just 3 years. How do we stay ahead of tomorrow's threats? How do we harness all this information and power to create new technologies to protect America and our warfighters? Within all this data, how do we find the next great revolutionary change? What will be the new penicillin, the game changer of the digital age? 5 years ago, 2 billion people were online. Today, 3 billion are. Over 40% of the world is now connected. How do we use this vast interconnectivity to track emerging threats worldwide, to develop new technologies? Working with our partners, the DTRA team is using networked data analytics to enhance the nation's biosurveillance capabilities. In 1990, the makeup of the human genome was a mystery. Today, we've mapped the genome and are using this knowledge to help people and combat threats. The DTRA team is using genetic engineering in developing vaccines for threats such as Ebola. It takes over a decade to bring a new drug to market. For a soldier facing a new disease or bioweapon, that's way too long. The cost of developing a new drug is estimated at $2.5 billion. 1 in 1,000 drug candidates goes into expensive preclinical trials, but only 1 in 5,000 drugs gets approved. All told, the pharmaceutical industry spends over $5 billion for every new approved drug. If we could increase efficiencies, we could save years of time and trillions of dollars and countless lives. DTRA is developing ways to conduct clinical tests on a chip using simulated organs, allowing us to quickly and accurately test countermeasures and other drugs. The first test for AIDS became available in 1985. It took days to get results. Today, a smartphone app is being developed to let you test yourself in a mere 15 minutes for only $36. DTRA is developing similar technologies for chem biodetection. All that's great. We can pat ourselves on the back. But the race has just begun. And remember, information and technology are advancing so fast that half of what we learn here today could be obsolete in just 3 years. So what's next? Science and technology empower us to change the world. But these are just tools. They won't harness themselves. That's up to us, working together.